All right. Before we wrap things off, Benga is live for us from Manchester in the United Kingdom. Benga, Director Online Tomorrow CIC UK. Benga, thank you so much for your patience. You made that drive from Leicester to Manchester just a few hours ago. I'd like to thank you most kindly for standing by. Let's shift our focus and discuss this issue of the World Press Freedom Day. You are a journalist yourself. What's your position on this? And as we look at this, the issue of freedom for journalists around the world.
I'm a journalist myself, and I believe that freedom of the press is something that must concern every one of us, because what the press does is public good. It's in the interest of the public for the press to be free, and I think because of the time that we're living in, there's a democratization of the press, and also this has been furthered by the impact of accessibility of technology. So it's very important that the press is empowered to be able to work, do their job very well, and to be able to access every public support and governmental support in order to be able to keep the public informed, because without the work of the press, people, the general public, will be in the dark about so many issues that are paramount to everyday living. So I really commend this day, and I hope that it's something that will be pushed to the fore on not just in Nigeria but everywhere around the world.
Maybe some of your personal experiences in terms of the challenges that you have experienced as a journalist so far, and then to add to that question, there have been the issue of regulation for even the social media, the media space as well. Would you subscribe to social media or social media platforms being regulated?
Okay, first of all, I would consider myself to be quite lucky in the sense that I live in a country where the press is very free. Journalists can do their work without without fear of being persecuted by the government. So it's a good place to be, and the government actually actively in the United Kingdom promotes freedom of the press, and it's something that is very important to us. And I believe as a result of that, there are quite a lot of things that are in the interest of the public that can be shaped, and because the press in this country are able to hold the government to account, it puts the government on their toes to be able to act responsibly. In terms of talking about maybe other countries, for example, Nigeria, it's quite obvious that the press is possibly not as free as they are in, say, a country like in the United Kingdom. And I think that can be seen in the way some of the very important topical events that has happened in recent times in Nigeria have been handled, and there's quite a lot of talks about censoring the press, and also we've had we've had cases of members of the press being killed. Case in point, Delegiwa, who was sadly murdered many years ago. But I feel like it is important for me personally. Like I said before, I've not really been persecuted as a result of my profession as a journalist, as a content creator. I believe that it is very important for the press to be financially and economically able to stand on their own, and this is something that will make the press to be more independence, where the press does not have to wait for people to bankroll them. But we live at a time where there are quite a lot of things that are possible now as a result of the accessibility to technology. So, for example, the BBC sends out investigative journalists to go around the world without having to carry clunky large equipment. You can, from your mobile phone, be able to film a news item and send it back to the studio in London or wherever you are very quickly. And we in Nigeria, we must take advantage of these possibilities. And I think the other question that you were asking about social media, I think it is important that when we're while press people are investigating and reporting on news, it is important that it is done in a responsible way. So while on the one hand, one might think that it is that it's not in the public interest for social media companies and internet companies to be regulated, I think if it is done in the interest of the public, it could possibly be a good thing. But I say that with a sense of responsibility, that those who seek to regulate internet media, social media, and things must do that in the interest of the public, and it must be done in a responsible way, not to stifle what the press is doing, but in a way to empower and to make sure that good press is promoted.
Well, Gbenga, I wish we had time to talk some more, but I'm afraid this is where we have to anchor our conversation tonight with you. We'd like to thank you most kindly for agreeing to speak with Galaxy TV.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, so there you go. We've been speaking with Director Online Tomorrow, CIC, in the United Kingdom, Gbenga Afolabi, on the World Press Freedom Day, which is marked every May 3 annually. Well, that's a good place to anchor conversation tonight. We'd like to thank you most kindly for being a part of the show from Lagos, Nigeria. I am Kelly Egiga. Good evening.